Hello, lovely people. Welcome to the report room. Lovely people, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. There is this breaking news coming out from the West African state, okay? Coming out from West Africa, and it actually has to do with the attack that happened in Niamey, Niger, okay? The capital city of Niger, yeah. Niger's president, General Diani, is actually accusing three ECoWAS members. Yes, is accusing three ECoWAS members. I actually said this, and now one of them is not going to shock you at all because I already said it. If you watch the previous video, right, I already mentioned his name because given the circumstances and how they actually left Niger, it is but obvious that they are involved in that attack. Yes, it is but obvious that they are involved in the attack. So General Tiani came out to actually accuse three ECoWAS members that they are the ones that are responsible for the attack that happened in Niamey, Niger. Yes. Now, which countries are we talking about? We are talking about the first president he is accusing, and the first country General Tiani is accusing is France. We already said that. I know most of you are not even surprised. You already knew the answer. You just needed the confirmation. That is it. If you watch the previous video, I said that as well. That if there is any country at all that I'm very sure I can stand and say no, I am suspecting that this country is number one, is France, and that is exactly what the General Diani is saying. He is accusing France of responsible for that attack. Now, before we continue, I want to just quickly read out something that General Diani actually said. Now, it is written, Niger leaders' accusation against France, Benin, and Cote d'Ivoire cloud ECoWAS mediation efforts. Now, Niger's military leader, General Abdurrahmane, this name is very, very low, so sometimes it's very difficult to pronounce. General Abdurrahmane Tiani on Thursday accused the president of France, Benin, and Cote d'Ivoire of backing an attack after reports of gunfire and explosions overnight near Hamani International Airport in Niamey. Diani said the attackers had foreign political support. The accusation comes as tension persists between Niger's military rulers and the Economic Community of West African States, ECoWAS. Several members of the bloc backed sanctions and diplomatic pressure after the ousting of President Mohamed Bazoum. So this Mohamed Bazoum is actually that president. So this is the president you can see right up here. He is actually that president that General Diani ousted out. Yeah, so he is that president. And when this president was ousted out, ECoWAS did not like it at all. You know, they are always against coup, right? They are always against coup. They don't want coup. They don't want military leaders, all right? So they are always against them. So when General Diani ousted this man out, ECoWAS was totally against them, and they were always struggling or looking for a way to sanction General Diani. Yeah, ECoWAS was against General Diani, and they were always looking for a way to sanction General Diani because of that. Now, lovely people, this is to tell you that General Diani already knows that no matter what, France will always come for. That is why they were able to defeat these people. They were ready. They were ready. So that makes them different from other leaders. You know, other leaders are not so ready because they know, of course, they are puppet. They always depend on foreign military or foreign soldiers to fight their battles for them. But because these people came in through coup, and they know that the blocs, the AU, the EU, the ECoWAS, they are totally against them, they are always prepared at every time. That's why you always see military equipment coming in. Military equipment coming in at all time in Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. Military equipment coming in. Why? Because they want to be prepared. They know that these people will sponsor terrorists to come after them. Yes, they are very sure of that. And you can see what happened at the international airport in Niamey. And now the Niger's the military in Niger, they were able to actually defeat these people or these attackers. Why? Because they were really, really prepared for it. So that is the number one president that General Diani has actually accused. Yes, he has actually accused of responsible, that he is responsible, Emmanuel Macron is responsible for whatever that is happening in Niamey, given the circumstances that they actually left Niger, okay, concerning the uranium. If you watch the previous video, you get to understand what I'm saying. All right, so they left because they left Niger sent them out, took away everything that belongs to them, okay, the uranium and everything that helps to generate their electricity for their factories, for their homes. Niger took that uranium away from them. So given the circumstances they left, right from the beginning, I mean, of this issue, I always said that France is the #1 suspect, and General Jani has actually confirmed me. Now we're going to look at the reasons why General Jani is actually pointing fingers at these people. But now let's go to the second president that is actually responsible. According to General Jani, he is responsible. I mean, he is one of the people that sponsored this attack in Niamey. Cote d'Ivoire president, that's the president of Ivory Coast. The president of Ivory Coast, that's Ouattara Alassane. This man can never lack. These are the same people that maybe mentioned their names, if I'm not mistaken. These are the same people that maybe mentioned their names, that they are responsible for the coup attempt that happened in Burkina Faso, and they attempted taking the life of Ibrahim Traoré. So these are the same people. These are the same ECowas members. These are the same ECowas members. So I'm really, oh my God, like seriously, like Mali should just get prepared, because they will actually be coming from there. They went to Burkina Faso, they did not succeed. Now they are in Niger. I mean, this just happened in January. This just happened in January. Today is the 2nd of February. So it happens few days ago, still in January. And the attack on Burkina Faso happened early on the 3rd of January. So they really planned this thing very well, but God did not allow it to happen. Yeah, so that is the second president, the president of Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, Alassane Ouattara, the president that the people do not even want, the president that is not even ruling the people well, but he is struggling, he is fighting to attack another country. This particular Ouattara, I mean, you meet up with your match. He's going to meet up with this match one day. So he's one of the people that General Jani is accusing, that they are sponsoring every terrorism in Niger. They are sponsoring every attack in Niger. And when it comes to this particular attack at the airport of Niamey, his hand is there. His hand is there. He is responsible. Together with Emmanuel Macron, he is responsible. And all of these people are ECoWAS members. Now, lovely people, the third person on the list is Patrice Talon. I don't know if you know, this is the person on the screen. That is the president of Benin. That is the president of Benin, and that is the president that General Jani is actually accusing. Yes, he is accusing him of his involvement in this attack in Niamey. He is accusing him of this attack in Niamey. He is involved together with Emmanuel Macron, together with the president of Ivory Coast. That together they work together, they connive to take down or damage or cause problem or destabilize the economic of Niger. So General Jani is just so sure of that these people, their hands are there. Even though he has not mentioned other people, later on I know that they will still be coming out. It's the same thing when the members first started talking. Later on, things started coming out, and he started saying, confessing. All right, he started calling names. So I know with time, it is not just these 3 ECoWAS members that are involved in this. It is not just the 3 of them. Others too are involved. Other ECoWAS members are involved. Lovely. So we are going to quickly look at the reason why General Jani actually thinks that these people are responsible for this attack. Yes, there must be a reason for that. He can't just accuse them just like that. As for France, we already know. But I'm shocked that our African leaders are also there. I'm shocked Cote d'Ivoire president is also involved. And all of them are puppets. So he must have reasons why he actually accused these 3 presidents. So we are going to look at those reasons. So the reason we are going to quickly look at 4 reasons why General Jani actually said these 3 ECoWAS members, Benin, the president of Benin, the president of Cote d'Ivoire, that's Ouattara Alassane, the president of France, that's Emmanuel Macron, why he actually accused these 3 people of their involvement in the attack that happened in Niger, Niamey. Number 1 reason, he said he believes that the attackers got help from outside Niger. That they attacked, according to him, why he actually suspected people or leaders outside of Niger, he knows that these attackers must have gotten help from outside Niger. General Diani says the people who attacked Niamey Airport did not act alone. He believes they receive help, money, or planning from outside Niger. He accuses France, Benin, and Ivory Coast of helping or supporting the attackers. Yes, because according to him, the attackers do not have, those that are from Niger do not have this kind of money to buy weapons, to buy guns, to buy weapons to destabilize the economy. They do not have that money. They do not have power. So they must have gotten support from outside. They must have gotten support from outside, and his instincts are telling him that these three presidents are totally involved. Now let's go to the second reason why he thinks they are involved. Niger has bad relations with France. We have said it before in the previous video, and even before saying it, most of us already knew the answer. Most of us already knew the answer. We know what happened between France and Niger, how they drove them out. So of course, a lot of people were already pointing fingers that France is totally involved. There is no way you say that France is not involved in this case. So General Diani came out to suspect them, saying that the attackers, those that are from Niger, do not have enough money to actually carry out this act. So they could only they could only receive support from outside. Now the second reason, he said Niger has bad relations with France. Now he is pointing finger directly to France. Since the military took power, Niger has cut ties with France. The government says France wants to control Niger and weaken new leaders. You get? And weaken the new leaders, since he cannot influence them with his words, he cannot influence them with what he's saying or control them. So he wants to first of all weaken or destabilize the economy. That way he feels like the leaders will not have power again, and then he is going to take control over them and come. I mean, the simple truth is that France will keep on trying. They will not give up. Yes, they aren't way to give up now. They will not give up in any way. They will not give up in any way. They will keep on trying. The government says France wants to control Niger and weaken new leaders. Because of this long conflict, Gianni believes that France is behind attacks meant to cause fear and confusion. You see, he knows that they have a bad relationship. Niger has a bad relationship with. Of course, he knows that Niger has a bad relationship with France. That is why he is accusing them of being involved in whatever, or the attack that happened in Niamey Airport. Yes. So that's one of the reasons. So the next reason is he suspects Benin and Ivory Coast are working with France. Let's look at the reason. General Diani says Benin and Ivory Coast are close allies to France. So they are this Ivory Coast and Benin, they are very close. They have close relationship with France. Very close relationship. So those are some of the reasons. And Ivory Coast is just around him. It's just around Niger. So he knows that these people that are close with France, their hand is not clean. Yes, their hand is not clean. So he says he believes they allow their lands or system to be used to harm Niger. For him, this country act as helpers or channels for France's plans against Niger. You know, France cannot just come into Niger like that. They must pass through. The same thing that happened, that Damida Ba was actually explaining, that Julius Maada did not just get into Burkina Faso to sympathize with Ibrahim Traoré, to show concern of what is happening in Burkina Faso, but he went there as a spy, so to see if he can easily get members of the government on their side, to see how the system is built, the defense, security, and everything. So he was actually mocking at Ibrahim Traoré in his heart with all the speeches he was making. That speech he was making was just a speech of betrayal. A speech of betrayal. The speech he was making was a speech of betrayal, because at the end of it, he came as a spy. So there's no way they can actually attack Niger without getting an African country to pass through them as a channel. So that's the third reason why General Tiani actually accused Ivory Coast and Benin for being responsible for whatever or the act that happened in Niamey, because they are very close. They have very close relationship with France. So that way, it's very okay for them to open doors for France to come in and destroy Niger. Now, the fourth but not the least, he says he sees the attack as a plan to destabilize Niger. Diane believes the airport attack is not just terrorism. It's not just about terrorism. He says it is a political plan to disturb peace, scare the population, and weaken the military government. By blaming foreign countries, he shows that Niger is under external attack, not only internal trouble. And now this internal trouble is not just something they plan. They have sponsors. Yes. So there is not just about terrorism. They did not just come in to destabilize, or they did not just come in to take down people, unalive people. They came in to make the people scared, even to support General Tiani. And most especially at the end of everything, is that their plan is to ensure that the world sees General Tiani as a bad leader. Yes, the world, the people of Niger see General Tiani as a bad leader, so that even if there is another election that happens, they shouldn't vote for him. So I think that's a political plan, and that's exactly what General Tiani is saying, that this is not just terrorism. It doesn't just have to do with terrorism. The message is loud and clear, that what they want is to cause fear, make the people scared, scare the population, so that even in future, if there is an election, they shouldn't vote for General Tiani, because while General Tiani was actually ruling, this happened, that happened, this happened. It could not help the economy. It could not help the people. There was destabilization. There was destabilization. So they shouldn't vote for him. So they are sending a very loud message. But I love the way the people, the citizens of Niger, are receiving it. They know their president. They know they can compare the president now and the president then. They can compare their current president to their former president, what he has been doing for them, how he has been standing for them, fighting for them, as compared to a puppet leader. Yes, as compared to a puppet leader. So the people of Niger are not scared at all. And General Tiani is not also scared, because he came out to mention everyone's name that he suspects to be involved, and he gave reasons. We just saw the reasons here. We saw 4 why he actually think, because some people will be like, oh, he's just suspecting. It can be true, it cannot be true. But when you go through these reasons, you understand that it is clear evidence that these people's hand are in it. These people's hand are in it. The first reason was he believed the attackers got help from out. There's no way that it is only the people of Niger that carry out this attack without sponsors. Without sponsors, you know how they are struggling. Without sponsors, without people funding, giving them weapons, buying them weapons. No. They must have bought them weapons and paid them huge amount of money for them to actually carry out that act. And the second reason was Niger has bad relationship with France. That one is banoma, and it's clear. Everybody already understand that. There's no need to argue that. I knew that France must be involved. The third reason is he suspect Benin and Ivory Coast are working with France. Reason being that they have good relationship, a very close relationship with France. They have a very close relationship with France. So he's certain that these people, they are not clean. Their hands are not clean. Now we also saw the last one, which say he sees the attack as a plan to destabilize Niger, which means that the plan, it was a political plan that intended to scale the population, intended to print a message in the mind of the population that General Tiani is a bad leader. He cannot control Niger. If he is a leader of Niger and terrorists are still attacking, terrorism is still increasing, what does that mean? It means he can't rule, he can't control it. So next time if there is an election, don't vote for him. That's the message they are trying to plan to send. But the people of Niger are wise enough. They wouldn't fall for that trick. They wouldn't fall for that trick. So lovely people, I'm glad that General Tiani is not afraid to come out. He did not say it behind us. He came out, said it loudly, that I know the countries that are involved in this destabilization. You have Benin, you have France, and you have Ivory Coast. The president of France is Emmanuel Macron, the president of Benin is Patrice Talon, and the president of Ivory Coast is Ouattara Alassane. They are involved. That is what General Diani said. That they are involved in causing that disorder, destabilization at the airport in Niamey. So this attack is similar to what is happening in Burkina Faso. To tell you that is one and the same people. Are these people not the people? Are the same people that maybe actually call out that they are responsible, they connive with him to take down Ibrahim Traoré and destabilize or carry out a coup in Burkina Faso. They are the same people. Especially Ouattara, he's always involved. Every coup, anything that has to do with coup destabilization, this man's name is always there. A big man like that, this man's name is never lacking. No one is surprised about France, but it's shocking that your own African brother, you are always doing everything possible to bring them down. But I'm glad because ECoWAS are doing everything possible for the Sahel nation leaders to return, but they have said no, and the answer is no, and they'll continue to say no. So you don't need to bother yourself to over-explain. So lovely people, that is it. Those are the names of the people General Diani has actually mentioned that they are involved in the attack that happened at Niamey Airport in Niger. Let me get your opinion at the comment section. Thank you so much. Do not forget to subscribe if you're coming in for the first time. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And please do have a nice day.